Hello there. This is Kim Flavor, and we're going to start here in just a second. We are having some technical problems, so getting people properly on here. So hang on one second. We're going to get cooking here. We will get cooking right now. Okay, Vic, see if you can talk now or if I can see you. I have got you talking, but I don't know if we can see you yet. Can you
Okay, can
see?
you see me? Can you hear me, Kim? Can you hear me?
Okay. Let's see. Vic?
Yeah, I am here.
Okay, can we see you yet or not yet?
No, I don't see
Okay.
the little panel
Going
there,
to
but can,
panelists. Hang on.
okay,
Okay, try it now. Can we see you now?
let's try.
I
Yay,
made
all right,
you panelists.
I see that. Can you see me now, Kim?
Yeah, I can see you now.
All right. Where there's a will, there's
Okay.
a way.
Yeah, we just have to let Amy know that whatever's happening, this is now two times that we can't
I
get the.
know. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm hitting the same link, but we'll
All
sort it.
right. Okay, cool. Well, we're set to go. So you go ahead and do the those questions that we want to have,
Sure. Yeah,
and
yeah.
then we will get cooking here in just a second. All right.
You bet.
People
All
are
right.
piling in, so that's a good thing. All right.
Awesome. Okay. Well, welcome everybody. I'm glad you're all here, probably on time. I'm just getting here myself, but we're all set. So we're ready to rock and roll. And I'd like to just welcome you, especially if you're brand new, never heard one of the classes that Kim's teaches. Every couple of weeks, we get a hot topic, and it's always unusual. It's quite uncommon. So pile in, and I always have people come with a notebook, like you're in some university taking a hot topic class. So do that. And then I'm going to start out with three questions. And for the old timers that do this, because it's always a little different, or you forgot something or whatever, and sometimes after you reflect on a class she's taught, you will change your thought. And the next week you'll come back and the answers to these questions might be a little different. So I want everybody to engage and make sure in chat you're set to everyone, not to host some panelists, because we do want to all see the answers and engage here. So the first thing I like to ask is, how long have you been doing marketing of something of some sort, where there's coaching, consulting, network marketing, some kind of direct sales, whatever? What's the history of you doing your entrepreneurship or solopreneurship or whatever you do? Give me the history. How many years? Or if you're just starting or just considering, tell that. Doesn't matter how many companies, just give me your length of time in there. And I've had several people say, well, I was away for 5 years. I'm just now back. But before that, I did 10 years. So put 10 years, but I'm just coming back. So give a little detail so we know how to help you, considering what's going on in your head and your marketing mind today and your hope to get some help. And then as you answer that first question, oh, Brenda Johns, good to have you on and off for 12 years. Good, good, good. And Ed, we know at least 5 years for you. Anybody else pop in, tell, or I'll call on you. 20 plus, I like to hear the seasoned people too. 20, I think if you haven't been in 5 or 10, you're still a newbie. So over that, you're a little more seasoned. 30 years, anybody past 30? Pop it in. And then the second question, as you're putting that in, is currently, if you're doing your thing today, how many hours a week are you actually doing the thing? You know, not just learning the stuff, but trying to implement different things and reach out and, doing something within that marketing realm that you're currently in. How many hours per week? Is it two? Is it 10? Are you full time? Are you more than full time? 60 hours? Whatever that is, there's no wrong or right answer. A lot of people we notice have day jobs, and they're doing this as a side hustle, and that's okay. There's no shame in that. Just tell. So maybe 3 hours a week. Thanks, Brenda, for being the first to chime in. So everybody else pop in, and you don't need to exaggerate anything because you're not going to like get any accolades for it either way. So 50 hours a week, Gerald. Okay, 50 hours a week right now. So he sounds like you're hustling. Anybody else pop in full time? We've got a full timer, which I would consider is 40 hours or so. And Ed, you're starting with a new gig, so less than 10, but you're getting back in the saddle on it. Okay, anybody else pop in? And then considering that, I want to ask you the third question, and I want you to base it on what you're doing now. So if you're doing 10 hours a week now, and let's say that you're not planning on doing more than 10 hours, right now you're doing 10 hours, you're working 40 hours somewhere else, and you got kids and dogs and all that. Then the third question would be, based on what you're doing, and if you could do something a little different that actually gave you some results you felt really good about, and you liked it because, good feedback, customers are coming in, something's happening, then where would you like to be in 1 year? So let's say that you're making whatever, some silly money, you're making 100 a month or you're making 500 a month. It's nothing to write home about, but based on where you are, and let's say you're putting in 3 hours or 10 hours, where would you like to be in 1 year if you could get this thing to lift off a little bit better, given what you're investing right now? So if you're making 2,000 and you want to bump it up to 3, put that in there. Put that in there. If you're making 500 and you'd like to bump it up to 1,000, you want to double up, or say, I want to double up. So everybody in here, we're all hoping to do better. But if you're making nothing, or you're making, $500 a month, don't tell me I want to be 7 figures in 1 year, because you got to get some skill sets, right? And implement certain things. And you want to sleep at night as well. So Brenda, good, honest answer, 2,000 a month. And Ed, you're just starting with a new thingy, right? I know that you're seasoned of 5 years, so maybe the skill sets are somewhat there. So you're saying over 10 a month, 10K, we're talking. So everybody else pop in and give some goodies on that. And I'm going to repeat. So how long in the industry, if you're just now popping in, overall, we're not talking taking breaks, just overall, and how many hours a week, number 2, are you currently spending doing the gig, doing the thing? And the third thing, based on whatever hours you're putting in, and Gerald, you're full time. So you're saying annually 200,000 a year, and he's a full timer. He's going like 50 hours a week. So you're doing the thing. Kamal, work. I'm not sure what your question is. The first question is how many hours a week? Excuse me. The second question is how many hours a week do you spend doing the business, the side hustle or the primary hustle? How many hours a week? Okay. And we've got 20K here. I'm going to call you Coach Sarah. I can't remember, are you full-time? Okay. So that's good. Okay. Anybody else on those 3 questions? On those 3 questions. We're not asking anything about investment, Kamal. We're talking about how many years have you been in the industry? And number 2, how many hours per week are you, if you want to call it investing and working the business to build it? And the third one is based on where you are right now. Where would you like to go annually with an income on it? If you're making 500 a month, do you want to double it? Do you want to triple it? And you're spending whatever hours you are. So 8 to 10 hours a week, Jody is saying, and she'd like to be at 4K. Okay, so we got a good amount of answers going here. Anybody else pop in before we get rolling? And if you're a first timer, let me know that too. Just want to acknowledge you so we can just applaud that you're here. And make sure you got your paper in hand. And we're ready to roll when Kim is. And let me just check anybody else. Make sure also that you're set to everyone on your setting so that we all get to see what the answers are. So if you're on hosts and panelists, take that off and arrow down and set it to everyone. Okay.
Yep.
There we go.
Good.
There she is.
Can you hear me all right, Vic? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound really good.
Oh, good. Well, that's kind of the idea. Let me say, I actually have a picture too. My picture show. Yes, here we are. Okay, good. All right. So what we're going to do, this is Kim Flavor, and I'm delighted that you're here because I want to show you today something I suspect that most of you probably have never heard before, which is that you can make more money in less time. So it's not like you need to spend. We like to know how much you spend or how much you think you spend. And then a lot of people say, well, I'm like full-time or I spend 10 hours a week and I don't make much money, let's say. How many people here say, I spend quite a bit of time each week, but I'm not making much money? Say me, if that's you. Anybody like that? Tell me if that's you. Spending time, yeah, right? Like, where's the MoMA? Where's the MoMA? I'm spending all the time, right? Okay. Now, let me tell you something about spending your time. I'm going to show you something today that I have been doing for a long time, and I don't think I ever really made a point of it. And as today, we build different things. We have high ticket programs. We have, we experiment with different types of programs in the network marketing field. We are dealing with blockchain projects. And I was just looking the other day at how is it that I get so many people to come and say me, 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 to the point where I have to write a post and say, too many of you are saying me, 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 me. And I need to know for sure that you're ready to go and not just some of these freebie info seekers. So you're going to have to write this whole thing that says, I'm not a freebie seeker. I'm looking for something real. I'm not one of those bag ladies with the empty bags going around. And people wrote 20, 30 of them already have written that they're not those people. So I'm going to tell you what I do to make that happen. And it's something that you can do also. You just have to ask yourself a different question in your mind than what you've been doing. Okay. And one just general rule I'll give you. If you are spending time for your business and you count as spending time for your business, like this is business, this is not, like taking care of the kids, that's not the business. Going outside for a walk, that might not be the business, right? But I'm talking to my upline, that is not the business in this way. If you want to bring in customers and bring in recruits, talking to your upline will not do it. She's already in the business or he's already in. Going to company meetings, that is not working the business in the sense that you are getting, as a result of that, more clients. You may be learning how, but you're not doing it. Do y'all see that? Hello? Yoo-hoo. How to make money without investment? You always invest something. Your mind, your body, one or the other. It's mind, body, or money. You cannot expect anything to grow if you put nothing in the ground and if you don't water it and put the sun on it. There's nothing's going to happen. So you don't need investment money. You could use your creativity. You could use other people's money. In real estate, we did giant real estate business, and we had what we call a sweat equity partner and a money partner. So people who didn't know and didn't have any money and they were willing to do the sweat, what is that? Walk every single block. Figure out which blocks are the best that are going to be developed. They do the sweat work. Somebody else pays them to do that work. So here, hang on 1 second. 1 second. Vic,
Yeah.
it's going to be just 1 second. There's a minor interruption here. If you could
Okay.
mention to people the rest of what I was going to say, which is what are the things people do in a business with the upline and the sideline that are not really productive in terms of making money?
Yeah.
That
Okay.
they might count, because you need to separate that out. Why don't you talk about that just a minute, because that know what I want to say.
Well, yeah, you know where Kim was going with this, but sometimes when we think we're doing 40 hours a week, of course, we're maybe talking to our upline, or maybe we're talking to our downline more than we should. And there's interruptions in there, even in the business, where you're overlearning and consuming books, but you're not actually really building anything. You're not really taking action plans to do any type of marketing or posting or DMing or reaching out, however you're doing that. So what do you think that some of those sidetracks that you are experiencing where you're not really doing the thing? I think there's some commonalities here, but some of you, where are you maybe stuck?
Well, think about it, how you're spending your time.
Yeah.
Is it doing stuff with the upline, the sideline, and managing? Or is it finding people who are likely to be a customer or be a recruit? That is the key thing I'm going to show you how to do the second one here in just a minute.
Oh.
But right now, just think about how you spent this week.
Yeah, yeah. So review your past 7 days. That would be a good way to sort it and answer it that way. So pop some things in there accordingly. That would help. So Jody, Ed, review your last 7 days because you're here and I know that you've been engaging. And Coach Sarah, because I know you do some reaching out in
Right.
different ways. Yeah.
Yeah. So the question is, how much of your time are you spending talking to your downline, talking to your upline, doing meetings, going to trainings like this training,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I think it's going to be a good training, but are you making money inside here right now? Yes or no?
Mhm. Yeah.
Unless you're recruiting people, which you probably don't want to be doing, but you're not making any money now. You're learning how to do it. I'm not making any money this instant because I'm giving you information that I hope will help you see in the end that maybe we might be able to help some of you, right?
Yeah.
And that's going to be something a little bit different. But the point is, when you think about I'm doing the business full time,
Mhm.
separate activities that are what they call sometimes income producing
Yeah.
versus management.
Mhm.
And it's a lot easier to manage people than it is to talk to people and see if they are a client or a customer or a recruit for you. Thank you.
Yeah.
For you.
Well,
You see
a
that?
couple have talked about that they're doing a lot of Zoom trainings, so they're spending a lot of time in the learning mode and
Right.
not
And you see, that is not making money.
right.
You have got to figure out, how am I going to find people? And you're going to go, well, I don't know anybody. I don't have anybody. Nobody wants to. And if you tell yourself that enough, it will come true. You will never find anybody because you're driving them away with your inner talk. And I know you're going to say, Kim, but it's true. I'm going to say, okay, let's assume it's true for now. You don't have anybody. There's nobody there in the whole wide world, but you're going to try anyway.
Mhm.
Because this lady, Kim Claver, said, somebody might pop up out of the woodwork that you didn't expect. So tell your negative mind, yes, negative Nelly, it's all true. It's true. There's not a single person. But what if somebody just shows up? Then what? What if somebody just falls out of the sky? Could that be? Are you with me? How many
Mhm.
people will open up and go, well, somebody, I might bump into somebody. I might have a fender bender with somebody. I might, right? Scrape my knee and whoever's standing there is the perfect next person, right?
Mhm.
All right. That's what we want. So put that in your mind. So I'm going to show you there are buyers everywhere. Our economy in the Western world is the biggest economy in the world. Billions of dollars here. Every English speaking, everybody consumes. The whole thing is consumption. There are buyers everywhere. How many of you are with me on this? Buyers are everywhere. The question is, they're not responding to you. That's all.
Yeah.
But are there buyers everywhere? Yes or no? Vic, how many do we have? If you
Oh,
don't all agree with this, you should probably hop off the call.
Well, interestingly enough, look in the chat there. Both of them, a couple of people are saying, "I do posts, but nobody responds."
Yeah, I
or
know. We're gonna.
response, and they all
I'm gonna
fizzle.
fix. I'm gonna fix that. But that we know how to fix. They don't respond to me. Okay, there's a reason. What can I do? Okay, you got to know three things. So you got your little pencils ready. Now turn off your other stuff. I can tell you that one of the biggest reasons we as humans have a hard time taking stuff in and doing it is because our mind is already full. It's like the beach that is so full of trash, you can't even see the beach anymore. And the turtles that used to climb out of the sea onto the beach to lay eggs don't go there anymore because it's nothing but trash and garbage. This is what a lot of times we have in our minds: the news, the politics, the screaming, the noise, the killings, the everything. And you cannot take anything in. No turtles can come and lay eggs. And I want a turtle to come and be able to lay some eggs, ideas of yours. So wipe away everything for just a moment that is there. Can you do this motion right here? I have a friend, Dr. Heidi, who does this. You put your hand in front of you, Vic, do it. And you move it like this and you throw it out. Can everybody do that for just a minute? Yes or no? Brenda, I know you can. You know this. You did. Yeah, just for a moment. It won't be long. So that something can seep in. Maybe lay a little egg of your own creativity. Okay. It's there. You need to know three things. How many people are buying? Words that turn off people that are ready to buy. and words that attract people that are ready to buy. Those three things, okay? How many people are buying? You need to know that. Words that turn off people that are ready to buy. Don't you want to know what those are? Hey, Ed, long time no see. And words that attract ready buyers. Or you want that? Okay. How many people are looking to buy right now? Let's say you're in the field, you help people with aches and pains, or you help people with their thinning hair, right? Or you help people, get a slinky waist, or you help people, whatever you do, whatever your product or business, help them make some more money. Yes? How many people are looking to buy in any market? A market is people looking to lose weight, people looking to get in shape, people looking to get their hair back, people looking to throw out the husband, throw out the wife, throw out the kids, whatever you're doing. That's a market. At any time of 100 people, who can tell me how many are ready to buy? People that are in the market for losing weight. How many of them are actually ready to buy right now? Anybody know? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? 97 are not. They're at the talking stage. Yakety, 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 yak. Get information. They're looky-loos. They come to the flea markets with the empty plastic bags. And sometimes they don't even bring their own bag, right? Or a used Walmart bag and go, okay, they go around to all the places, get all the stuff. Do you want those people? Right? Who wants those people? Yo. Who wants 97 are not ready to buy right now? How do we know? There's a wonderful man named Chet Holmes, and he did a fantastic study for, I think it was one of Warren Buffett's companies he was trying to get advertisers for this magazine. And for his magazine, they had no advertisers of any stature, And so he spent like 2 years contacting every advertiser that advertised in similar magazines that were competitor magazines. And for 6 months, he got nothing. Every day he would do this, contact all the advertisers in the competing magazines, and nobody would advertise in his magazine. And he finally got one. And a year later, he was number one in the world, right? And so he found that of people that are in a market, meaning that they're thinking about losing weight, they're thinking about getting their hair or their skin or their health or this or that, they want to make more money, only 3% are ready to buy right now. Got it? Say yes. Out of 100 people, that's only 3 are ready to buy. Okay. And then 6 to 7% are open to the idea. Open, not ready to buy, but maybe, some of you are ready to buy whatever we're going to have at the end. I know you are. You already asked 5 times. And some of you can go, well, I'm open to it. I'm open. But guess what? Guess what I know, what Vicki knows, what we all know, except people in network marketing, 90% are never going to buy. Because they're not thinking about it, they're not really interested, and they know they're not interested. You see? And you have to ask yourself, of these numbers, and you think about these numbers, put this in your mind. Don't let the trash be in the way. Lay an egg right now, a knowledge egg. Only 3% of the people that might want what I have are ready to buy. That's all. So if there are 100 people and 3 are ready to buy, how much time are you spending with the 97 who are not interested in buying at all and never will be interested in buying at all? Hello. How much time are you spending with those people? Who knows? That's the question. How much time are you spending with the 90% that are not interested? Probably all of you are spending your time thinking that it's you need to persuade them. No. I have a totally kick-ass way to do this. All right. You're thinking it's you, but it's not. You're just talking to the wrong ones. It's like having the wrong size shoe. You're a size 6 and you keep trying on size 3. And you wonder, what is wrong with my foot? Let me cut my foot off. No, get a different size shoe. If your foot is size 3, get, a size 3 shoe. If your foot is size 9, you want a size 9 shoe, not a size 6. Do you all see that? You've got the wrong size shoe. That's all. Nothing wrong with your foot or the shoe. Okay. So here's what you're going to do. You want to have words for people that are ready to buy right now. So first you have to call their name. And this is called the offer. The offer. That's what people call it. Okay. So one of my favorite authors is Claude Hopkins. I have a class I've just started, as a matter of fact, having everybody get this book. Is he right there? If you can see it or not. There we go. It's can you see it, Vic? My life, it's reversed. My Life in Advertising. That's what
Yeah.
it's called. And Scientific Advertising. It's one book. He says, when we make an offer that a person in need cannot reasonably refuse, it is pretty sure to gain acceptance. So when we make an offer that somebody who is looking, who is in need, cannot refuse, it is reasonably, it's pretty sure to gain acceptance. And the question is, if you're talking to the 90% that have no interest, never will have any interest, then you're missing this part. You're making offers, but nobody's in need. You're offering crutches for sale and everybody's on the NFL. They don't need a crutch. They're running like crazy, right? Or you're offering beef to vegetarians. It's fantastic beef. It's this, it's that, it's filet mignon, blah, blah, blah. But the people don't eat, they don't eat meat. So is your meat bad? No, you're just talking to the wrong people. Most people in our industry and in affiliate sales and general sales, coaches, all of you are talking to the wrong people, trying to sell your thing to the wrong person. Why? Because only 3 out of 100 are ready to buy and they're not in need. Do you see this? How many people get this? If you're talking to people who don't have a broken leg, they are not going to buy crutches. Have we got this? Let's see here. Make sure we got this.
Yes.
Okay, so quit doing that. And the question is, how do you quit doing that? How do you know? Because do they wear a green hat? Well, I'm going to tell you how to make them pull out the green hat, okay? Claude Hopkins is one of the best marketers of all time, and that's why we're teaching a class using his book. But he, just so you know, he said the majority of pitches, that means presentations, offers, words you say, that's a pitch. Some of you are all sensitive about, oh, I don't do pitches. If you talk about your product or business, you are promoting. That you're basically a walking ad. That's what you are. Oh, Aunt Lulu, let me tell you about my thingy. You're promoting. You're giving her a verbal ad. That's an advertisement. You're telling her about something that she didn't really ask to know anything about, right? When you call people. Have you got that? And a pitch are the words that you use to talk about your product or your business. And he says, Claude Hopkins, the majority of pitches, and these were in the newspaper days, are based on the plea, buy my brand. Mine is the original. We are the original ones, right? Mine works at the cellular level. Mine works at the DNA level. Mine is recommended by Dr. Dingaling. He says, those things don't work. Why? 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 Because it's about you and your thing. And it is self-serving to you. That's the problem. Now, don't worry. We got a fix for this. First of all, do y'all see this? It's about me, my thing. It's so great. And blah, 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 blah. And here's what Claude Hopkins says. All of us, and we're human, that's why we have this, have too many selfish purposes to consider the selfish purposes of other people. We don't have time to listen to your whining. Are you kidding? We have so many problems going on over here. Don't lay your baggage on top of me too, will you please? Keep it away from me. How many people understand this? We all have issues. I have issues. Vicki has issues. Jody has issues. Kurt has issues. Everybody has some kind of issue, some kind of problem. Wait, I can't. What do you mean your problem? Oh no, I got to take care of my own problem. Everybody's thinking about what they need. This is human. So we can't be bothered with your best thing about which I know nothing, and you're one of the 97% who's never going to buy, right? So what can you do for them? This has to be the question. And I'm going to show you a wonderful thing that we have learned to do that will make it, you'll have the answer with one post. Okay, one question. That's all you're going to need. I'll show you how it works first. Okay. What we're going to do here, the question that Claude Hopkins has, says, okay, If all your pitches are about you and your selfish thing, and in his day, they were selling, oh my gosh, all kinds of things, cough syrups, things in drugstores, furnitures, all kinds of stuff. And he learned that when you talk about what you've got and the qualities, the technobabble, the science, nobody cares because it's about you. They don't care about you. They're caring about solving their own problems. So the question is, what can you do for them? And you want to have this because I want to show you how you can work in a post that pulls everybody in like the way we do. I had a post the other day. We had, I don't know, 180 comments. There were so many I had to make people say, listen, for the next one I'm going to respond to, you have to say, I'm not looking for freebies. I'm not a freebie seeker. I don't have an empty plastic bag. And they all wrote it. They all posted exactly that. The most amazing thing. So you have to think, what can you do for them? Now, let me give you an example. There's a story in this wonderful book about a guy who was selling lard, Lard. And I think the thing was called Cote Sway or something like that. It's basically lard. We'll call it Lard X, Lard. You know what that is? People who work in the kitchen, you work with lard. Yes, say yes. You know what lard is. Gotta make sure you know what it is. Okay, cool. Well, there are people who use lard, and there are businesses like bakeries that use lard, right? Because they bake a lot of bread, and this is early 1900s. So this Claude Hopkins got a call from the people who sell lard and to bakeries, and he said, we don't have any bakeries who buy our lard brand X. And the owner of the lard store said to Mr. Hopkins, we think it's because ours is a half a cent more per ounce or whatever. It was 10% more than the other one. And it was basically the same stuff, okay? So Claude Hopkins says the price of the product is never the issue. It's never. If you know how to market, people will buy the same stuff for more money. You just need to know how to market. So the owner of the lard company says, well, hotshot, why don't you get your butt to Boston and go over there and see what you can do? So he goes to Boston and he meets the head of sales for all the lard sales guys. And he says, okay, so I'm supposed to come and help figure out how we're supposed to land some of these bakeries. And the salespeople there that were, also part of the same company didn't like Claude Hopkins because they thought he was a theoretical hoo-ha, So they said, well, nobody will buy from us. There's not one bakery anywhere in the East Coast who will buy from us. And so Hopkins says, well, tell me one that's not buying from you. And the guy said, well, the biggest one in Boston. And the name of the place is Freddie something. Well, we'll call it Freddie's. That was his first name. And they've never bought from us. And he said, they're never going to buy from us. And you're not going to get them to buy from us either, because we are more than what he uses right now. It's a big bakery, right? A giant bakery. So Mr. Hopkins says, okay, so take me to the bakery. I want to meet the owner. So this is the story of Freddie the Baker. Remember now, this is a giant bakery. They make baked goods. They make pies and things like that. And so the lard price that Claude Hopkins was representing was more than the existing lard that they and everybody else were using. And for intents and purposes, there was no difference in the quality. Have you got that? So it wasn't like 10% better. It was basically the same stuff with a different name. Like many of us, we basically have the same stuff. We think it's better, but the consumer doesn't think it's any better. So they don't buy it. They don't buy more. Have you got that? Say yes. Okay. So the price was higher. So he comes in, Hopkins, and he brings in this giant, like foot high or maybe 2 feet, maybe 3 feet, like this picture card of a fantastic looking pie. I think it was a pecan pie. And he brings in this great big card of a pie, a picture card. We call it a pie card. Have you got it pictured? Tell me yes, you have it pictured in your mind. I'm not going to tell you the story if you don't have the image. Only one person? That's it. We're not going to tell you. See the big picture card. So he walks in with this card. And he says to Freddie the baker, he said, I know you are busy and, I just wanted to get your feedback on this pie card. Do you think, since you're the big baker here, that means you supply all the bakeries in Boston because he was the big manufacturer, right? And he sold his stuff to like 1,000 stores. I want to know if you think this is the ideal pie, do you think the pecans are the right size and is the crust the right size? And, you know, as an expert in baking, do you think this is absolutely the best pie? And Freddie the baker says, oh yeah, man. It was a perfect pie picture in every way. And he said, you know, actually, he says to Claude Hopkins, if I could have, if this were my pie and people knew this could be my pie, I would have the whole trade in Boston if I could make pies like that. So he was a big manufacturer and he sold to like 1,000 different stores. He didn't have all the stores, but he was a big one. So he said, I could have the whole trade of Boston. Everybody would be buying my pies to sell in their stores if I could make pies like that. You got it? Okay, you with me now? Guess what happened? So Claude Hopkins says, well, I could actually help you get pictures like this in all the stores that sell your pies. Let's say he's marketing to Safeway or, you know, maybe Costco or some of the smaller stores. And he says to Freddie, how many stores do you have that are selling your pies right now in Boston? And Freddie says about 1,000 stores. Okay. Are you with me so far? So here is what Claude Hopkins does. He says, all right, I will give you 250 of these beautiful cards, big ones, to put in all your stores. And for every 250 pie cards, you buy 1 carload of my lard X that you order right now. So Freddie says he ordered 4 carloads of lard, which is more than all the other people had sold in a month. Why? To get 1,000 pie cards. Why? Because they're going into all his stores. All the stores are there. And then here comes the kicker, because how is Mr. Hopkins going to make any money on this if he just gives this away? Anybody have any idea? This is what you call creative marketing. This is how you sell anything to anyone, because what they want is way more than the thing that they're buying from you. Your thing is just a means to an end. What do you think he did? Anybody? We're going to have all these cards in all the stores. What is the goal of Claude Hopkins with his lard company? What does that lard company want to do? What was their goal? Why did they even send Hopkins to Boston? Why did he go to Boston? Sell lard. Yeah. To whom? To the biggest manufacturers in Boston. Nobody was buying his lard. Were they? No. Nobody's buying his lard. So what he did on the pie card, he said, okay, I'm going to give you these and you have to, you know, you're going to buy my lard. And at the bottom, I have to say, these beautiful pies were all made with Coda Sweat lard, lard X. These beautiful pies, small, not big and gauche and gaudy, small. These beautiful pies, or these pies were each made with lard X. And that went in 250 stores. So the guy went bananas and said he bought 4 carloads. So then Claude Hopkins goes to the next store, brings the same pie to the next big manufacturer. And he sold all of Boston in a week. Why did they buy? Because the lard X, yeah. And not just the lard company name was on the card, but it said, this pie was made only with lard X. Words to that effect, not a pitch, just P.S. This pie was on every card. This pie was made exclusively or totally or 100% with lard X. So all the customers saw it. All the competition saw it. And in very short order, Freddie's pie cards were in every store in Boston. And what did he have to pay? 4, what was it? What did he say? 4 carloads to get 1,000 pie cards. For every 250 cards, he had to buy 4 carloads of the lard. Did they sell a lot of lard? Are you kidding? Number one. Why? It's not the lard. It's not fighting about, oh, it's the scientists of it, or it's only a half a penny more. You see, all of us are focused on these selfish things. Think about what does the other guy want anyway, that where you could offer that to him and he pays by buying your product. I'm going to show you examples of this. You see how this works? This is called marketing, so that the other person sees the benefit so much that they'll pay with carloads of lard to get what they want, because what they want is visibility and that beautiful pie card. When he said, if they knew I could make pies like this, I would have all of Boston's business. Well, now he had 1,000 stores. Every one of those stores had those cards, and Claude Hopkins did that for every other 5 or 6 people that were there in the Boston area, up and down the seacoast. Apparently, that's what he did. Do y'all see how that works? It is never about your product. People are not saying no to your product. They don't even care about it. It's something else, and you have to try to figure out what that is. And you start by asking yourself. Does that make sense? How many people would like to know how to market like this? Sexy, huh?
Mhm.
So the question is, what can you offer where they buy the product because they want, or they want to get rid of something else? And I'm going to show you things that we have done that you're going to be able to do as of right now. Let's say there's a person, because you got to be thinking about them. Hey, Erica, listen, Liefemite, you have to go to the Facebook group. I sent you an invite. Look and see if you can find it. As my Dutch friend. It's called Nodes for Noobs. So lekker kijken, hoor. Okay, so here's the scenario. You're looking to get back in shape in time for a reunion. Most of us aren't looking to get back in shape unless you look in the mirror and you gasp and you go, oh my God, what have I done to myself? But if you're going someplace, in 3 weeks, this is kind of like, I gotta look hot, I gotta look cool, right? So you're looking to get back in shape for a purpose, a reunion. So we do that. So you're kind of nosing around thinking, what should I do? How am I going to do this? I got to, blah, blah, blah. So you're scrolling by Facebook, right? People scroll and there's a little ad that says, hey, if I offer to help you get back in shape in 6 weeks for that class reunion, what happens? Without you needing to eat rabbit food or live at the gym, would you maybe take me up on that offer? What do you think? If the person is looking to get back in shape, are we a good match here? Yes or no? Tell me yes or no. You see it or you don't. Remember, move the trash so that the little animals can lay an egg of creativity right there in your mind. Just move the trash out, okay? So you can do this. It's words that connect with what a ready buyer already wants to solve. How many people remember what percent of people in 100 are ready buyers right now? How many remember?
Yeah, several, no, 3.
So
3.
that's all we're calling those 3. You need them coming to you like, hey, come over here. Not all of them, no. Only 3. Now, how you going to do that? And here we go. Yeah. We're going to enter the conversation already going on in the buyer's mind. And if they don't have one, you can create one like Claude Hopkins did, right? But for the weight, this is a good one. So let me give you some example. What does that mean? What is your ideal buyer likely to be thinking about? Now, if you don't know who your ideal buyer is, you're going to have a problem. If you want to do sales and marketing, you need to know who your ideal buyer is. And so start with yourself. Why did you buy your thing? What did it do for you? That's where it starts. It all starts there. That's one big advantage network marketers have. What is that? Well, presumably we've had some experience of our own in anything. Before, like religion. Why do people sell religion? Well, I was all sad and I didn't have any friends and I lost my dog or I lost my husband or wife. And so somebody came along from the church and said, why don't you come on Sunday? And I came on Sunday and now I have some new friends and I feel better. And, they collect money from you every week when you go over there on the collection plate. What was the experience? Well, before I was lonely, I was sad. And now I have some friends. That's before and after, right? So if you market the church, you'd say, if you're looking for a friend, come Sunday. Who would come? People looking for a friend. Isn't that it? You don't talk about the church and the steeple and, the minister's name is hoo-ha and so. If you're looking for a friend, I got something for you. Whoever's looking for a friend's going to say, what? What? Assuming you're on the up and up. Come to a church with me. Come to a group with me. Do you see that? All right. So I'm going to show you here. I'll give you examples. So let's say Lulu, right? She knows she has a class reunion in 6 weeks. She wants to drop 2 dress sizes. And I think what happens? Do you think that she might be thinking about your specific product? Say it's called Boom. Do you think they're thinking about the science of your product? Do you think Freddie thought about the science of the Lard X? Are you nuts? Right? Do you think they think, oh, the product better be from a company that's at least 30 years old? Right? You have something special called X97? Probably not. Nobody's thinking about that. They're thinking about their problem they want to have solved, you see? So words that turn a buyer's head, remember those 3 that we're talking about? I'm going to give you those right now. Take Lulu's current desire. I want to get back in shape, get fit into my skinny jeans in 6 weeks for my reunion. That's it. She knows she's got to lose 2 dress sizes. She knows this because her high school reunion is coming up. So let's say that is your market. That could be a market. So her internal monologue, okay, the reunion is in 8 weeks. I gotta get myself ready. I've been putting off getting into shape and now I'm running out of time. I can't show up looking like this. I gotta fit into my skinny jeans. These are things, right? We think about. I can't be a fat. And she's scrolling on Facebook. Says, oh, look at this. Ooh, get back in shape in 8 weeks for your class. No living at the gym required. Oh, that sounds pretty good. What does she think? Hey, did they read my mind? This is kind of what I've been looking for. I got to do this now. Maybe I need to take this seriously. I'm clicking this. I think about Vic when I say that. I'm doing this. I've got nothing to lose and everything to gain. Do you see that? There's a match. This little pitch up here. Where is it? This little call out. This is what we call an audience call out. Get back to the people who are, get back in shape in 8 weeks for your class reunion. No living at the gym required. Who are we calling? Only that person. How many people see that? Yeah. You see how that works? That's called entering the conversation in the prospect's mind. That's what that is. And you pick a prospect and then you do it until the sky falls out. You have so many of them, you have to keep them away. Okay, like they read my mind. Okay, so that's how that works. Now, let me tell you a couple of examples we did. One for a blockchain project, one for an ache and pain project, where we really didn't advertise either one. And I picked 2 posts just before this call because it dawned on me you might like to see them. I have like 5 or 6 more of these particular posts I've done in the last month, and there are hundreds of responses to each one. So I just picked a couple, okay? You won't be able to read this very well. It's not on purpose. I didn't have time to make it bigger, but I'll read it to you. And if you go to my Facebook profile, you see them all, okay? So here was a post I did. I posted at the top. Yeah, I know you can't read it right above the pictures, but don't worry. I can tell you what it says. There is a 33-minute Zoom recording on the project I bought into. Whoever will watch it within 24 hours gets it. That's what I wrote. Nothing about what it is or how wonderful or, oh my God, there's not even a call to action, the way they say. So I got 74 comments here in just a few hours. 3 people shared it with their lists. You see, 3 shares here. Yes, I will. Like 74 comments in just a couple of days. So, and there are just slews of them here. I will. This is what you call a call out without even a call to action, meaning do this or do that. Do y'all see that? Say yes. You see? And then we have another. So many requests for information, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So then I got so many of these, and a lot of people didn't respond. I mean, maybe of these 74 comments, we probably enrolled maybe, I don't know, 8 or 10, something like that. Good people who came in with good stakes in several of the projects, spent between 5 and 10 grand each. Okay. So these are not people that are looking for, $54 or something. These projects are substantial for people that haven't spent all their money and are not perpetually broke. That there's a whole different class of people out there, and that's who we're calling, see? Then I did another post. Now, some of you are going to laugh at this, but I posted I'm going to read it at the very top. You see there above the little characters there, that print you can't read. I put it over here. So here's what I posted. We have so many requests for information about the new blockchain project I bought into and dozens of thankful stakers. Of course, there are the usual freebie seekers and info collectors. To skip those for now, I'm going to be bad, even mean, some might say. If you want the 33-minute Zoom, you must say, quote, I want to see this now because I'm ready for something different, and no, I am not a freebie seeker or a freebie collector. We'll see what happens. I have 18 people right here who copy pasted that exact thing. They don't even know what it is. But what are they? What are they thinking? I heard about blockchain. I heard about a project. I heard about Web3. I'm kind of curious. Is it everybody on my Facebook? I have 10,000 followers. Is 74 like everybody? Is 18 everybody? No, it's not even 3%, but it's those who were thinking about that, who saw this and said, gimme, gimme, gimme. Do you all see this here? It's like going into the shoe store at Nordstrom and there are 5,000 pairs of shoes and you ask for women, that's 50% of the shoes out of the running. Out of 5,000 pair, 2,500, goodbye. I want women's, that's half. And then I want running, that's maybe 10%. I want a Nike, that's maybe another 10%. I want size 8, that's another 10%. I want white, narrow. And you end up with 5, maybe 4 or 5 pairs of shoes in that whole store that the shoe person brings you, and you sit down and you try them on and you walk out with 1 or 2 pair. This is the process. You're shopping for people. Call it out, but only the people who are already thinking about it respond. Do you see that? Nobody else responded of all these people. So we hardly ever hear no. Why? Because they're the ones who say, yeah, me. See that? And then a whole slew of people could not bear to say that in public, that I want to see this now. I'm not a freebie seeker, because, sometimes they were kind of freebie seekers. So I had a whole lot of personal messages at Kim. I couldn't say this, but yes, I want to see this and I'm not a freebie seeker. All right. Several, major players are part of our team now. Okay, because of that. Here's another one I did. Now notice here, what was the purpose of this? If you've been thinking about this and you're curious about something that I bought into, because I'm new to it too, this is what this is, see? So if you have some credibility, people might want to know what it is that you bought into. If you have none, then you have to learn how to post in a slightly different way to get people to come. Because you all have an edge. You just don't know what it is because you never thought about it. None of you think of yourselves at all. You think the product's great, I'm supposed to do this and make all this money. No, you have an edge. As a mom of 9, or as a mom who homeschooled 8 kids, here is a time saver I use for that. Who would want to know? Anybody for whom even 1 kid is too much. Do you see that? So you take what you are and who you are and as a hoo-ha, blah, blah, blah. You see? That's how that works. So here's what we did for another one. I wrote a post on black and white. I mean, the background was black with white, but this is what the thing said. 1 in 3 adults are on daily pain meds. Some want off. Dots have helped. Nothing goes into the body. That's it. Now, we have, of course, a product. Some of you know what that is, or have a product that's similar, that does something very similar to that. I could have said we have a very special light therapy product that is better than anything in the world. That's what they all do. Nobody cares. No. What is the problem I am addressing right here in this post that people responded to? What do you think they said most? Does anybody here have any idea? What did they want that this product could give them that I was speaking to that was not the product? Pain. Okay. What else? Daily pain. Yep. What's it speaking to? What's the problem that they want to solve? Look at what I wrote. Read it. 1 in 3 adults are on daily pain meds. Some want off. Dots have helped. Nothing goes into the body. What am I speaking to that they want? That's not the product.
Off meds, Brenda says. Relief from the meds. Get rid of pain solution. Anyhow, they're off meds.
I see if anybody's going to get this.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, you really have to focus on the words you're using. Yeah. Here, y'all see my cursor? Right there.
Mhm.
What do they want? Off daily pain meds.
Right.
That is what I'm speaking to. I want people who are on daily pain meds who want to get off. They don't care what I've got. Anybody who's on daily pain meds knows the effects, your livers, your heart, all kinds of things start falling apart. So I'm speaking to people who want to get off daily pain meds. Then they say, how do I do that? And what's a dot? Who gets it? Get off daily pain meds and still get rid of the aches and pains. You see? And I'm sure that you got that. See, this wasn't speaking to people who want to get rid of pain. No, they're already doing that with their drugs. The drugs get rid of the pain. There's no question about it. Why do you think everybody's on drugs every day of all kinds? For energy, for attention. I mean, people can't even live without a drug anymore, most of them. That's why I don't want anything to do with normal people anymore, because I don't want to be attached to any of that. I've never taken a drug. I'm a total chicken. I've never even been in a hospital. And I'm like really up there. I'm ancient. Yeah. I don't want to use those things because I'm afraid it might control me somehow. I don't want that kind of control. So I'm looking for people who are on daily pain meds and those few who want off and still not have a problem with the pain. That's who I'm calling. You see that? Tell me yes. I did not sell the dots. I am not selling, something specific in a blockchain project. I am selling the whole idea that guess what? You could maybe buy into something and not have to sell it in order to make money. Really? Yeah, because everything we buy, what do we do? As an affiliate marketer, you buy the coaching programs, you buy the network marketing, you buy a bunch of the product, and then you have to go sell it. What if you could stake something that's really interesting based on values you care about, and you didn't have to sell it to make rewards on it, right? They don't even know what it is. You see? So you have to understand, like with Freddie, what was going on with Freddie? He wanted to show that those pies were his pies. And he was willing to buy 4 carloads of that lard to do it. And what Hopkins did to get his thing working is these pies were made 100% with lard X, small print at the bottom. Those signs went up in 1,000 stores in Boston. You see that? Freddie wanted that. And he was willing to buy the lard. And you have to think of marketing like that, where your product or service is a means to another end that they want. And that is where your creativity comes in. You see? So we do call outs. So that's one of the biggest shortcuts, a call out. So people say me, like here. Call out. Me, 74 people. And you think that's a lot if you have 0. But remember, I have 10,000 people on my follow list. So 74 is wiener, but it's all I need. You see that? Yeah. So this is what you want to think about. This is how this works. Okay. So you do call outs. That's what you want to do. Why? Because then those people are pulled in. Nobody else. That 3% that are looking. They click, we chat. They maybe buy or enroll. I send them to Vicky and she puts everything in and everybody in. Why? Because I'm entering the conversation already going on in the 3 people out of 100 who are looking for something like what I've got. And it's called the call out. It's the first thing we do. See that? How many people would like to learn how to do that? Who would like to learn how to do that? Let's see if we got anybody who want to learn how to do that.
Several.
Yeah, if you don't, you're going to be talking to all 97. of the people 24/7. And you'll be feeling like a loser because you're talking to all the wrong size shoes. You see how that works? All right. So a business, remember the purpose of a business, according to Richard Branson, who founded Virgin Airlines, among other things. He said the purpose is to solve a problem people will pay for. And the product is usually never what anybody wants. They pay for it, yes, but not because the product, but because after they use the mouthwash or brush their teeth, they look sexy again. That's why. And your product is the means to another end. So quit talking about the damn product or the science or who made it, because nobody cares. You see? Remember, if they buy your thing, you want to ask yourself this: what other problem or desire can that help resolve? Make sense? Yeah. Freddie Baker didn't want to buy that lard, but now he was happy to buy 4 carloads. Why? Because he got beautiful pie cards in every single store. And people saw that. They're beautiful, giant ones. And at the bottom, it said these were all made 100% with lard brand X. So everybody wins, you see? Everybody wins. People who respond to 1 in 3 adults are on daily pain meds. Some want off. Right? That's who I'm calling right there. Some want off. And that's who responded. That's who responded. Hundreds of them. Hundreds of them. What were they buying? They want off the daily pain meds. Not all, just some. But that's all we need. There's so many people on pain meds, my gosh. So ask yourself, what problem did whatever you're using or doing, what problem did it solve for you? What did it help you do to achieve? Like my product helped me get back in shape, or I got off some daily pain meds, right? And I still don't have pain. I was able to build up a $2,000 income with your side business. That's where everything starts. So you can learn how to put that out there. You see? Does that make sense? I think we're good to go here. Oh, good, good, good. We're about ready. 2 paths. One is you can do it yourself. That's really hard to read, huh? Let's see. Yeah, we want to have, let's pick another color. Let's pick, let's do yellow. Oh, well, it's easier to read. How's that? Meant to change the other one. So you can do it yourself, because you've got a lot of information right here, for sure. Or you can let us help you. And before I show this, let me see would you like to see how we might be able to help you? And then we can invite some of you in case you'd like to do that. See how we can help you do this. What do we have here? So Shirley can help you. This is what we do.
Yeah, Kim, go ahead. They
all
want
day.
like to see.
All day and all night. Yeah, it's very different. So we have, the program is called the Buyer Factory. It produces buyers who come to you. Those 3 in 100. See, that's what it is. That's what you want. And the program, it runs for between 6 and 12 weeks, depending on how fast you want to go. But the pieces that you need are, what do you say to call out your ready buyers so that you enter the conversation in their mind? Does everybody understand what those words mean now that we've done this? Vic, is everybody kind of clear about this idea?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the first part. You're going to figure out what to say. What are the angles? I mean, you may not need to go and put pie charts in all the stores to sell, 5 ton of whatever it is you're marketing. But Mr. Hopkins wanted to make a point that the price of the product is never, and I do mean never, the issue. They may say it's too expensive, but that's not the real reason. It's not worth it to them because they're never going to do it, or they're never going to use it, or they don't. Anything is too expensive if you don't really want it, isn't it? Or you just say, no, I really want that. I don't care if you give it to me free. I often say, I wouldn't live there if you gave it to me free. I wouldn't, that's fine. I don't want it at all. Not at any price. You couldn't give it to me. Right? That's just not my cup of tea. So you need to know what to say to call out those people for whom that is right now on the mind. And you wouldn't believe how many tens of hundreds of thousands there are that have the issues that your product and business can solve. You just had no clue how to call them first. So you don't talk to all the wrong ones, right? How do you write it or say it? So social media marketing, that's posting, and warm market phone work, top of the line. Those are the wonderful things that people learn how to do. And we are pretty much masters at those. I love doing warm market. And especially when you know how to deal with people that, you're sure going to say no. We have done thousands of these things and countless examples. And, in big auditoriums where people will say, okay, Kim, you're going to call my mother-in-law. She's been a pukey, and we'll put everything on the phones on speakers. And the mother-in-law will call, and I'll do a little conversation. And by the time it's done, she says, yeah, she could send me some of that. I'd like to know what that is. And the person sitting in the room, their mouth is like totally, how did you do that? So, well, I just did it. You heard me. So you see, it's never about the product. It's never about it's good for them or why they must. No, 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 no. You think some other thing and they go, well, that sounds pretty cool. I could do that if I did this. Yeah, I could do this if I did that. You can. Well, give me it. See? Give me it. And it's only those people that are actively looking, and you won't know till you do the call out. Yoo-hoo, like a dog whistle. The only people who should hear it are the ones who are looking. Nobody else should even hear it, so that you're not a noisemaker. You don't want to be part of the noise-making routine. Okay, how to take them on the enrollment journey. This is like totally fun. We show them how and show you how to take a person who says, well, yeah, I kind of want to do that, to get them to the point where they actually might want to buy or enroll with you at some level. See, and once they've gone through enough steps, they come to a place where they talk to somebody because they say, yeah, I want to talk about what the options are. And then they go to Vicki. And that's all she does. It really has honed in that particular skill and attitude. The attitude is first, skill is second. Always, always be that. She knows she's going to say no first. Always, always, we always say no first. Nobody says no to us, ever. We always say no first, right? Because we know. We don't need anyone's business. We'll be all right. We'll take the next one. And so will you, by the way. You don't need anyone's business. You take the next one. It's all right. But how many people do you end up enrolling, Vic, out of 10 that you talk to?
It's always consistently 8. It just never seems to change, Kim's 8. And
Okay.
2 of them, the
8?
2 that aren't, 8. And the other
8
2,
out of 10?
8 out of 10. And often the other 2 come back when they're ready. But it's usually because I said, no, this really isn't for you. But it's 8 out of 10. Yeah.
Yeah. You see how that works? Does 8 out of 10 sound good to you guys? What do you think? If you talk to 8 people, 10 people, if you enrolled 8 out of 10, would that be good? Yeah, really. Too cute. All right. And then we show you how to do the enrollment journey. There's a journey there. You want to be right there with them, side by side. And then the enrollment journey, whoop, here. After we enroll them, we do something called open the box and open the digital box. And that is a step that Vicki also does. And it makes a very big difference in how long people stick. So somebody will enroll, and usually most people will stop there. Oh, we got the order. No. We're not going to do that. For stuff that's physically shipped, Vicki makes an arrangement with them. And for stuff that is digitally presented, like this particular course I'm talking about here, the Buyer Factory is a program that is digital on your computer. And we do live calls and things like that. And Vic does what we call an open the box with them after they enroll. And I just love this so much. Vic, tell what you do so people know. Would you guys like to hear what that is so you know what it is? Okay, Vic, tell.
Okay, here it goes. So
So for products, product like say the dots, or say we had another product like, I don't know, so that had some pills and bottles and lotion potions, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after I've taken them shopping, because I call it the shopping experience, and they're going to get what they want. It's not what I want. I help them get what they want to solve their problem, not my problem. And you just go alongside and help them out. And when they're done and they know it's coming, I'll say, now, here's what I want you to do. When the box comes, don't open it. Text me, and I'm going to get with you and we'll open it together. So I take them through what's in the box and how to apply it to their situation based on their issue. So it's really a follow-up, but I hate the term follow-up doesn't feel very intimate. This does, and that way they can Q&A with me. They can get, oh, can I put it here? Can I do it in the morning when I get up? Because I don't get up till 10 o'clock. And they start saying the things that they do in their day, and I just come alongside and give them a little guidance. And when they're done, I know that they're not going to shove that box in the garage or stick it under their mail and forget about it. By them texting me, they are aware that I'm going to be looking out for them. And it is just freaking magical, Kim and everybody. They just thank me. Oh, thank you so much. So nobody shoves it under and refunds and turns their product back in that way. They're actually doing it and they're doing the thing. Yeah.
And we have almost no refunds actually at all. And that's why it's that process. Remember, you don't need that many good people. Jesus only had 12. And now look, most of the top people in all the companies that are in the network marketing companies and generally in all the sales companies, they're always 2 or 3% at the top who do almost all the production, and everybody else is a little bit part-time. So you're just looking for the few good ones who will, and you may need to bring in 300 people, 400 people. But of those, there will be 1 or 2 that help you hit it out of the park, or they'll bring somebody in like that. That's the way this whole nature of this business is. Like companies, you know, there's one electric car company above all the others. We all know who it is. It's so rare. We all know the name. Everybody in Kenya knows the name. And all the others are has-been. So you look for those, that's what you look for. Okay. So we're going to show you this. We're going to show you how to do it with social media, with leads and emails. If you guys have email lists, that works. We had a gal who had an email list of a few hundred people, and she wanted to know if, would they want to know about a specific product, and we had her do a call out. You know, if you're looking for something like this, read this, and inside, if you're looking for something that would do this or that for you, hit reply, and I'll get with you. And she had a list of, I don't know, 3,000-4,000 people, and 50 or 60 said yes. That's the call out. That's 3% of those people. 10 or 15 will be her clients. You see that? It works for email. It works for any place where you have people. See, like a list. Okay, how much? Well, we have a lot of programs. We don't have a program at 100,000 or 50. We have one at 25, but it's not $100,000 program or 50, which Russell Brunson has one for 250,000. And one of my friends has one for 100,000, one for $1 million, one for 250,000. These are all big numbers for people who want to achieve multiples of where they are right now. That's what they're doing. Everyone who invests in a program like this, or a coach or a mentor, does it because they believe they're going to multiply the rewards over the cost of the investment. That's why when Elon bought Twitter, now X, it was $45 billion. He borrowed nearly all of it. Why? Because he's hoping at some point to make a multiple of what he borrowed. Does it always work? No. Does it work right away? No. But that's the rationale. It's not like buying an Xbox that normally has no return. You're spending your time on it and you have enjoyment, but there's no financial return. Rockefeller, the richest guy in his day, borrowed all his money for the oil refining business and for the growth. Why? Because he could multiply his growth with other people's money, and they believed in him because he always paid back his loans. See, so this is why people do this. It's not 25,000 either, nor 15,000 like our 6-figure advisor. This program, the Buyer Factory, where you learn how to do these things, is $24.95. And it has a payment plan for $499 a month, which I know some of you will like. And then we have something special for somebody who knows that they would want to have it like right now and is very creative. And, all right, we have a one pay. You can get the program for a one pay right now for $1,497. That's it. That's the one pay option that we have. And what we'll do is for the first 5 people who buy, I will help you personally craft your first offer post where you call out the people that are going to come to you. That's what I'll do for you. So you know you're going to have something that works, because we'll craft it until you get people saying, yeah, I'm interested. Because because you're always looking for the 3%. So assuming that your product has had some impact on you, there will be 100 ways to get people to come in because they're all looking for something. And we got to figure out what can your product do for somebody that is not just a product. What's that thing it does? You see what I mean? Like 1 in 3 adults are on daily pain meds, some want off. We sold dozens and dozens of dot users. Why? Not because of the dots. No, they wanted off the pain meds. You see, that's what we're doing here. Okay. All right. So here's what you want to do for those of you who are saying, yeah, where's the link? Okay. This is the link. Vic, put the link in there. And what you'll see is this page. So would you please click on that link? So Gerald, Brenda, all of you that are having interest in this, Ed Schaefer, good to see you, buddy. Ethan, I know you're in the program. Let's see here. Jody, just click on it and tell me if it opens or not. Tell me if it opens. Okay, Jody, does it open? Now, Kurt, I know you're already in the program. That's a good thing. Nice to have you here.
Yes, yeah, Ethan tested it. It's open.
Okay, cool. That's what matters. Okay, so you'll see this, and then on the right-hand side, where you order, you'll see 2 options. One is if you want to do the payment plan, you'll see the second option, which is $4.99, 5 times $4.99, $499 a month. You can do that. And if you want to go for a single pay, a one pay, then you can do the one pay, click the one pay, one there, okay? The one for $14.97. Okay. All right. Any questions that you have, go ahead and shoot them over. Kurt, good to see you as always. And I know you already have this program, so you're good to go. Any questions from anyone or any comments or any questions of Vicky? You know, because we've been doing this together for, gosh, Vic, how many years? 20?
20 at least. Yeah.
Yeah. So go ahead and shoot any questions that you,
Erica,
yes, it's whenever you start, the first assignment is, is the A+ assignment. So whenever you start, we have a little exercise in there where if you want me to give you an A+ for the class before it starts, you write me a certain letter and then you get an A+ in advance. So it starts whenever you're ready to start. It's right there waiting for you right now. Session 1 is waiting for you right now. You know, Ed, this might be a good thing for you. Might be a very good thing for you to consider. We've talked a lot, and I know that you're also somebody interested in the project. Yes, I know. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. You might want to connect with I got Erica, Vic, but you might want to connect with Ed. He might be good for this.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put my cell phone in there for those of you with my international code. So anybody wants to text and talk and chat, there it is.
Yeah. Okay, any questions from anybody on the program, how it works? Let's see. Okay. Yeah, and this is what we will do this for you so we can help you with that. Okay, well, if you want to connect with Vic, that sounds good to me. And yes, good. We have the link and that works. And then what I have for you is a little story of the doomed fly. I always like to tell that at the end of it so you can see what you know, how you want to do this. Okay. And here's that story. How many of you have sat at a window at a cabin or, even in maybe you're in your writing room or something, and you have flies on the window and you hear them go, bzzz, like that. Yeah. And there's an open door right beside you because you're outdoors and it's a beautiful day like it is here right now, like 81 or something, and there's nothing but water and lakes and palm trees, and it's like, oh my. And I don't have any flies in here, but if I did, it would be bzzz on the window, right? And the door's open, does the thing go out the window? Yes or no? Right? Doesn't do that. Why does it not do that? Well, because it keeps thinking that if it buzzes against that window more, it's going to do more. It's going to somehow beat the window. But we all know what happens to the flies in the morning. Where do they end up? Where do they end up? Right? On the windowsill, dead. And so the question you want to ask yourself is, if you're thinking about using sales and marketing, whether it's network marketing or affiliate marketing or whatever it is that you're marketing right now, that's really, you can stay the way you are and keep talking to every single person about the product and keep getting a lot of no's in the face and see what happens. Or you can learn to call out the 3 who are ready to buy and take those with you. And in a year, you could have a business that's 10 times what it is right now, because you'll be talking to nothing but people who are buyers right now. Okay. Oh, wonderful. Chip. Yes, we can totally, we have a gal who's in the program. We have a number of people in the program who have wonderful stories. Let me see if I can unmute you. Because Chip, I know that you have a wonderful testimonial here from just doing some of the things that are in the class. Let me find you here and do the thing. Let's see here, Chip. Allow to talk. Okay. So if you get to talk, I would like for you to be able to be seen though. Let's see here. So I'm going to make you a panelist for just a second, Chip. Let's see if we can do that. Can we see you now? Okay, Chip, are you there? Yeah, there you are. Okay, girlfriend, shoot. So tell what you've been in a buyer factory program for like a couple of weeks now, and tell what you were trying to achieve in terms of what you wanted to achieve that you weren't achieving because you're a coach, a life coach, and you didn't have enough clients who were paying you any money. So you wanted to get somebody who was paying you some money. So tell how that happened. You have to unmute. Yeah, unmute, Chip.
Okay, so you can see my face too. Okay.
Well, of course, the whole thing. We're all naked. You may as well join the fun.
Okay, so I'm in the health field and I coach people about their health so they can help themselves. And it was a little challenge. People think they don't need any help. So following what Kim has been teaching, I think I've been in for about maybe 3-4 weeks, something like that.
Yeah.
I followed one of the ads, promotions, I shouldn't call it ad. And people that I hadn't seen before, they started connecting with me. But this one lady I'd worked with here about probably, I would say 8-10 years ago. She saw one of my videos I did and she contacted me. So I told her, I said, well, this is what I'm doing. She goes, I want to do that. She'd been holding on to some issue for like 11 years and she couldn't find. She went around to different people, tried different books, different programs. She couldn't get it. So I said, well, I can help you with that. It was simple for me. And so we did a 3-day retreat. I said, she wanted it like yesterday. She had to get it done, clear this problem within a couple of weeks. So I said, okay. So I said, we have to do a retreat and this is what it's going to cost you. And she freaked out. She goes, I can't afford that. I don't have that kind of money. I said, well, that's what I charge. She went home. The next morning, I got this long email apologizing that I really want it done, and I know you can help me.
That's the
So
key.
we
The
spent
person has to be certain that you can help them. And
right.
if you're certain that I can help you, you'll be in this program. If they're certain that she can help them, they'll be in there. And so your job is to create that certainty because you know you can. That's why.
And she was a
Yeah.
10. I said, I only want to work with 10s. I don't work with anything.
Right. My favorite thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And we did it. And you know what? We cleared it. I saw her today, and she's a different woman.
Oh my.
Totally. Facial features, everything is even her hair. I said, did you dye your hair? And she goes, no, her hair is coming back to be natural. So I'm so happy. She's telling people, said, oh my God, I can't believe after 11 years of trying,
Oh my.
thing is cleared up.
Yeah.
So, if you are trying to think, does it work? Just apply it as it is. I'm not even doing as much as Kim says we do, but almost anything I put out there, there's a few that people are not biting. But most of the things I put out, people will either call me and say, well, I'm going to put money aside and start saving for this.
That's right. We have that happen all the time.
Yes.
And that's what you want. And pretty soon people find money because everybody has a rich uncle. Everybody has some, oh, I had that gold watch up there on the, and when you really want something, you get really creative about finding the money for it, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
they know you're there, and otherwise they suffer more and suffer more. How long, I would ask you, how long do you guys want to stay the way you are with your business? Is it okay with you not to make anything, to keep talking to all the wrong people and feel like you're a loser? I mean, you decide.
And
Right?
that has given me confidence that I can talk to anybody about money. Money wasn't my
Right.
people about, but now it's like, you know what, take it or leave it. This is what I charge.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
you're
no,
going to get
totally.
your results as long as you do the work.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
the key. Make the changes, right? Call out your person, have one after the other. It's wonderful, wonderful to hear that. And Vicky herself has had a big change. I mean, you've changed your network marketing life totally and your coaching life,
Mhm.
right? Since you had this new approach.
I was
Tell your before and
I
after.
was being too flexible like you were. Oh, well, let me see. And then I'd bend the price. I'd make all these, changes for them. And it really, really wasn't helpful. Wasn't helpful to them because they're basically freebie seekers. But when they began to value what I was saying and, went off and sold something or came back and made it happen, because, people are creative by nature. People are creative. When they want something, they find a way to get it. I stopped doing that. I looked for the 10s, the right people, didn't bend my price, but I kept my compassion there and my attitude to help. Attitude's really important. And they'd come back and find it, just like what you found out. And oh my God, thank you so much for waiting for me and not giving up on me. That's the story.
Exactly.
Yeah. This lady was like, when I said 3,500, she goes, oh, and she came back, she found it.
Yeah. And look at her.
Yeah.
Now she's like a poster girl for you.
Yeah, she's your poster girl. It's totally wonderful. Totally. When you change one life, you can change others, Okay, any more questions? Because otherwise we're good. We'll call it a day. Thank you very much, Chip, Vic, and for all of you for coming, and I hope you enjoyed it. And think about whether or not this is something that you want to do, because I will help the first 5 of you with your calling out script so that you have it and people come to you, whether it's an email, whether it's going to be a post, whether it's going to be a warm market call, because that is what we know how to do. Bring out the 3 in 100 who are ready to buy for you. Good? All right, you guys. Thanks, Vic. Thanks, Chip. Thanks, everybody, for coming.
Thank you for the great
Yes.
classes. I really appreciate it. I come here, you guys. I don't need to come every week because she's always got new stuff. I don't want to miss out.
Right.
God forbid I miss out. Thank you, Kim.
And Brenda, talk to Vic. You should connect with Vicky, Brenda, because she might have something for you.
Yeah.
Are we good?
Let me put my text in once more in case it.
Yeah, put your text in.
There it is.
Hey, Ethan, good to see you. Yep.
So there it is. Brenda, if you want to text me or Jody or whoever, Edward, I'm right here. Right here. Okay.
All right. Connect. All right. Talk soon.
All right.
Thanks.
Bye.